Warning: what you're about to watch is raw and uncensored. Offensive language and violence. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Fox 25 knows this guy's a transgender.
Fuck you too.
Holy shit! I thought this was America! I thought this was fucking America! Hey, peace guys, peace. Let's just, come on, let's break it up, you know, it's a non-violent protest.
Hey, you know what, if you want my sign, look at the first two.
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
Nazis,
Cool.
and fuck the Antifa fascists. Okay, those are the first two. So just because I support my president, that makes me racist? Yeah, I support a racist. Oh, okay. You want to know how many fucking Democrats?
Cool, man. We're, you know, don't try to racist. Alright then.
Dude, I like that one. I don't know you like you. Trump supporters. I apologize. You apologize for being
Hey, this great country, we can support whoever we want.
Yeah, you can. You can support racists. And I can say what the fuck I want too.
Word, yeah.
Fuck Trump. Fuck Trump. Okay. Yeah.
All right, it's done.
Okay,
Yeah.
point proven. Okay. You want to give us some useful?
Say it again.
Fuck Trump, motherfucker.
Do you hear? Have you heard? Oh, he said that. He said that. No, show me some fucking evidence. I don't know what pressure on you, bitch. We have evidence. They don't have an argument. They don't talk about they. They don't have a who's they? Who's they? All of you. All of me? All of you. How many motherfuckers here represent me? Nobody. I'm here for me, motherfucker. So all of you. Don't put me in a box. Don't put me in a box. You put me in a box. What you talking about? I'm not a Nazi. I'm doing the same shit, little bitch. You and your president. Fuck you and your president. Donald Trump can suck out dick. Donald Trump is wrong. President worse shit, yo.
Who said that? Peaceful protesters and Nazis were the same.
Black, white, Asian, Latino, don't give a fuck about nothing, yo. All this shit support that shit, yo. Fuck you too. All you do is type of
Why wouldn't he say no? Fuck you guys, get out of here. I don't need you. Why wouldn't he say that? Because he's a fucking racist. So fuck off, dude.
Yes, fuck white Nazis.
I don't think Trump identifies as a racist, not paying attention.
So, after the shit that went down in Charlottesville, we heard there was going to be a rally in the Boston Commons supporting free speech. And the Commons is a place that we go to every year for Freedom Rally, and always a great vibe, very, very peaceful. So we thought, hey, why don't we go down to the protest and see what it's all about?
Like I knew shit was gonna go down, but I didn't think it was gonna be like this crazy, to be honest.
Yeah, the vibe in the park that day was less than peaceful, as you can tell by some of the footage maybe Jay can put in here, as we're speaking. There was a lot of hate, a lot of let's kill all the neo-Nazi kind of rhetoric going on. A lot of people were scared to talk to large, bald people that are tattooed, fearing that they were neo-Nazis. And people out there that know me, they know I'm not a fucking racist, all right? I don't don any neo-Nazi or KKK paraphernalia. I don't support what they're doing, and but sometimes people will judge you just by the way you look, or maybe by the color of your skin. So,
Yeah.
tell us what happened next.
Well, when we got there, we saw the SWAT team. Like right then and there, we should have known like this is gonna get a little hairy. But,
So we were there for about an hour. We talked to a few people and were sharing different views and ideas and ideologies, and talked about different political platforms, and that was cool. But hate erupted. The hate erupted abruptly, as you know, people shouting at each other.
Out of all the groups that were there, Like, which one do you think was the most violent?
The Black Lives Matter, I want to bring up right now because everyone is under the impression that Black Lives Matter is this non-violent group that's all for equality and unity, when actually they're the furthest thing from it. My experience yesterday, as you can tell by my face here, it's like 7 stitches. Black Lives Matter is essentially a hate group.
At least
And
that's
there-
what
there
it's
it
turned
is.
out to be. I mean, maybe at first it wasn't, but they're very intimidating. It was scary out there. I'm not gonna lie. I was nervous.
There were a bunch of thugs that were walking around wearing masks and whatnot, and so some lady wanted to interview me, and I didn't think anything of it. You know, she was asking me questions about who I voted for and why I voted, and the Black Lives Matter are out there violently protesting, as you can tell by my face, you know. However, shortly after the interview started with this lady, I was approached by a tall African-American man
Yeah, the mask
wearing a
on.
mask
Yeah.
and a short, like, homeless white lady.
That's what it seemed like, right?
They were unhappy with the platform I was given that I didn't ask for. I didn't ask to be interviewed or anything like that. They just took one look at me and said, "Oh, look at this tall, white, bald, tattooed guy. He must be a neo-Nazi." And what happened next?
You got punched right in the face.
Just say what you want. Say what you mean. People hate mafia. It's not fucking Jesus.
I just got sucker punched for being white and bald and tattooed, you know, a victim of reverse racism. So, I mean, the media has the whole thing completely twisted around. I got sucker punched
Bad,
by
too.
Black Lives Matter supporters.
Yeah.
And what happened to the guy afterwards? Because
He ran, and everyone interviewing you ran. The only ones left was like you, me, and CNN. It was just ridiculous.
People that know me, I mean, I'm a single guy. I work in a factory. You know, I'm just trying to pay my mortgage and shit. And just because I went out there to exercise my First Amendment rights, I'm gonna have a nice ER bill I'm gonna have to pay. I'm gonna tell you right now, you know, I never thought in a million years I'd be a victim of a hate crime. I never thought it would happen. And if it ever happens to you, God forbid it ever happens to you, but it's a weird thing, you know. It really puts hatred in your heart. You know, I'm not gonna let it get to me though.
You know, it's almost like, I mean, if you go in there neutral, I mean, you're gonna come out of there affected some way, negatively, no matter what.
Yep.
So, there's some people who went in there who weren't racist before, and possibly now they are because of what was going on in there. I mean, we obviously,
As fucked up as it is.
yeah, we obviously have brains, you know, and we don't know that everybody's not like that, but it just seems like all the hate was just there that day. It was bad.
And even after we left, maybe Jake could put the pictures in here. There was I don't know if she was Spanish or black or whatever. They had some kind of sanitation, like first aid station set up on the sidewalk. And
Yeah.
she was cool. She bandaged me. She said, "What happened?" I said, I think they labeled me a neo-Nazi, punched me in the face. She's like, "But you're not a Nazi." I said, "No, I'm not."
She knew right
And,
away, you know?
You know, she was awesome.
Yeah, she was great.
Giving us hugs.
Yeah.
She wanted her picture with us, and
Yeah.
like it was really cool. So she kind of like saved the day. Really, is like, you know, you can't judge a whole group of people by just a couple of assholes, but you know it's gonna happen anyways. So.
Yeah.
People out there that support them, you know, that's fine. You do whatever you want to do, but I know firsthand, and as my face is going to show you right here, and as we showed in the video, they're anything but peaceful. They're a militant group, and they are violent, and they are to be feared. So stay away from any rallies that have Black Lives Matter, even rumored to show up.
Yeah, seriously. That's a good point.
You know, the media has it twisted that it was going to be some kind of neo-Nazi rally when it wasn't. You know, it really wasn't. It was just a rally about free speech, and I don't even think anyone even spoke, because if there was a message, it wasn't heard.
Definitely.
Those two guys that talked at the beginning were cool, that little blonde dude.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts and feelings of the removal of the General Lee statue and taking down statues in America and renaming like army bases and things like that? Like, how do you feel about that particular stance?
Well, I look at when and why those, and what the context was of those statues being created and being placed and being named.
Well, the removal of the statues, like, how do you feel about the removal of the statues, the renaming of, like, army bases and things like that?
Well, I don't think they represent American history. I think they stand for segregation, and those are monuments to Jim Crow.
The renaming of Yaqui Way. I mean, what do you feel about the renaming of Yaqui Way? Like, how do you feel about it?
Honestly, so I mean, as far as like the Confederate statues, I actually disagreed initially with them taking them down because of historical erasure.
I agree.
However, I did my research and learned that the Confederate statues were erected in more after the civil rights legislation had passed. So clearly, to me, is not a tribute to the memorial, like to the war, so much as it seems like a cultural message against the civil rights movement. But as far as Yaqui Way and renaming military bases, and I think there's a call to rename Faneuil Hall because Peter Faneuil or whatever owned slaves, that is taking it to the point of historical erasure. I think if a monument was erected during the time period in which like it is meant to signify, and that's why it's there, you can keep it there. I just think that context probably matters in why they've been removed. So that's why I support the Confederate removal, but I do not support renaming military bases and renaming Faneuil Hall.
But can I add, please?
Absolutely.
That I think also bringing context to so if those monuments, if the communities want to keep them in place, then maybe there could be a way
like at Charlottesville, like where they
come up with
there were
a
the
context.
protesters that wanted to keep the statue in place, and it ended up horribly.
Yeah.
I mean, what are your thoughts and feelings of that? Obviously, the guy was a psycho. Violence is never a solution. But as far
maybe
as
the protesters could put up a monument next to it that shows a slave rebellion, attempting to get freedom, and to give honor to people who fought for justice, along with military leaders.
All right, so how about this? The real question is, where do you guys stand on the transgender movement? Like, if you'd like to go first, or
I mean, honestly, people can do whatever they want to make themselves, be happy. I think that the political dialogue that is built up around LGBT rights and social justice sometimes borders on the demonization of normal people, like people who don't fit into that LGBT mold. Or
as far as a bathroom thing, they want
as far as that goes, I mean, honestly,
if someone's in there creeping, you're gonna know they're creeping, right?
My way of seeing that, honestly,
right, they just want to use the bathroom.
They just want to use the camera. That's it. That's all they want.
I don't think we need to change the nature of bathrooms. I think we just need to if there's a person who started off as a male and now they've transitioned to a female, they use the female bathroom.
I wouldn't make a big deal about it, but
that's what I'm saying. I mean,
it's
I
so
wouldn't
huge.
really care.
I think it's an identity issue.
Yeah, people are freaking out. I don't know. But I mean, people can do whatever they want. I don't think that is.
So, hey, what's up, man?
Now, I wonder, is the rally there or there? Where?
Which rally are you looking to attend? Which side are you on? There's sides.
You're libertarian, you're anti-right, alt-right, what? Come on, man.
Media. I'm supposed to be.
You're just in the media, so you want to probably be at the main event with time that is going to be down.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us why you guys are here today. Well, first this guy, you already kind of explained.
I'm an unaffiliated observer, man. I see that
Awesome.
the whole political discourse of the nation is just escalating to radicalism on both sides, and it's understandable, but it's probably not going to produce the desired outcome. And I'm just kind of here to see it all go down. The media also manipulates these stories.
That's what I was just going to say. I feel like the media is kind of turned us against ourselves.
I'm here to witness things for myself. I didn't want to really rely on secondhand accounts.
Cool. Are there any speakers here today, or do you guys know anything about the speakers that are going to be here today?
I think one of the organizers of the free speech rally claims that he's not affiliated with alt-right politics, he's a left-leaning libertarian, but he voted for Trump. But everybody else seems rather well aligned with the alt-right.
Okay, so you voted for Trump.
I voted for nobody.
Bullshit. I don't believe it.
Yeah,
this guy has all his opinions. He didn't even vote.
I went to the election and wrote in that I thought it was a farce, so I refused to.
Did you vote in last year's election?
I didn't. I was overseas.
It started out great. We actually met Vernon
met some cool
Supreme.
people. Yep, Vernon Supreme was there. Yep.
Yeah, if you don't know who that is, this is who he is.
I can't believe
You guys are in.
These guys know you, man. I don't know,
These guys are geeking over here, man.
Yeah, dude. It's a pleasure to meet you. Mind if I get a picture with you? Awesome. Thank you so much.
How's it work?
You just gotta push that button.
Got it.
Oh shit! We got Burner Supreme.
Filming that?
Yo, yo, yo!
Don't feed the troll. Don't feed the troll. Don't feed the troll.
Who was that guy?
I'm so sorry. Oh my God.